Ndị be anyị ekeleni m unu n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị sị na ya dịrị ndị Igbo na mma. Dịka o si dị, ihe a bụ Igbo midia ka anyị si wee na-ewetara unu ya bụ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa gbasara maka ana Igbo and Igbo community and ihe debe na Nigeria. Ya bụ ife ka anyị na-ewetara unu na Igbo midia. Dịka isi wee na-esonye anyị, ọ bụ na nke a bụ ụbọchị izizi gị ị na-abịa n'ilu akwụkwọ na Igbo midia, Ekpa ka you subscribe and turn on your notification ka ị lapụ miss any of our update dịka anyị na-etikwu ya n'ilu akwụkwọ kwa mgbe. Dịka o si dị, o nwere ya wetara n'ụbọchị nke taa gbasara maka ka ya bụ ife si ada and gbasara maka ka ya bụ ife si akpọtụ n'ala Igbo. Biko mma achọ ka ige ya bụ ife. Ihe a bụ ihe Biafran Chief of Staff bụ Ngozi Ọrabueze kwuru n'ilu akwụkwọ gbasara maka ka o si ada na Finland and gbasara maka Biafran Prime Minister Maazị Simon Ekpa. So igecha ya bụ ife idropụra ife iche n'ilu akwụkwọ gbasara maka ihe bụ ife ndị a niile okwu. All right, over to you.
Foreign financier is instigating people. Bianca Ojukwu, Christopher Musa and Tinubu, they went to tell Alexander, take him away. He is a terrorist. But Alexander, stop. You did not ask them what is the reason why you think they branded him what they branded him, which he is not. No, you did not do that. All you did is that your legal department, the highest legal department in Finland, you went on this manhunt to clamp Simon Ekpa down. You picked him up on your orders. You removed him from his people that he was protecting. And within the timeline, Finland took our prime minister away in November 2024. Within just 2 months of that incident, Biafrans lost over 1,500 innocent indigenous Biafrans. Nigerian state killed them. They massacred them. Innocent children, women that have committed no crime. They removed our prime minister. Alexander Stubb removed our prime minister. And Tinubu and Christopher Musa, they went on the massacre. They invaded Biafran territory because they know we are going to declare our independence in Finland. Within that timeline, they killed many innocent Biafrans. They invaded, they burnt many homes. That was a plan between Finland and Nigeria state. There are no two ways about that. Do not be deceived. No story. This is exactly what happened. And the intention is to stop the restoration of the United States of Biafra. Nothing more. Because the United States of Biafra is where the mineral resources, the rich oil, that all these foreign countries, you bribe your way, you buy them, it comes from Biafra land. That is why Tinubu and Christopher Musa is ready to kill all Biafrans as long as that oil gets to you. Not anymore. I promise you, not anymore. You cannot come and kill us and take our oil to go develop your country while our own people are lacking the basic amenities in life. They lack everything. No health care, no electricity, no internet, nothing. And you milk the oil to go develop your own country. Search your conscience. But you know what? Not anymore. That which you know, we know it 10 times. So our Obatobia is currently in Finland court. The case has started. And you know the funny part of that? The witnesses that Bianca Ojukwu, Tinubu and Christopher Musa brought to Finland court to testify against our Prime Minister, Ekpa. The witnesses they bribed to come are people that belonged to an organization that Nigeria state have labeled a terrorist organization. So what Tinubu and Alexander Stubb did is this. They took away our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, a week or two to the redeclaration of the United States of Biafra. And they locked up Simon Ekpa, just like Nigeria locked up NNAMDI. And now, they locked up Simon Ekpa without indicting him for any crime yet. It was investigation. They isolated him. They tortured him physically, mentally, with all the imminent health conditions of death. That is what Finland did. So they isolated him, physically, mentally, socially destroyed him. He is still in their custody as we speak, without any indictment. They just suspected. They say they suspected inciting us. Simon Ekpa is suspected of inciting Biafrans to in bracket terrorist. This is the story Tinubu told Alexander Stubb, and Christopher Musa and Bianco Ojukwu told Alexander Stubb that Simon Ekpa is inciting us. So what did Alexander Stubb do? You didn't investigate before you lock him up. You didn't indict him before you locked him up. Nothing. It was under suspicion, as reported to you by the Nigerian terrorist state, a country that has been declared the most dangerous place for Christians in the world to live. Alexander Stubb listened to them. He believed their lies, and he ordered them to take away our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa in Finland and lock him up while the investigation goes on. Why didn't you allow him to stay in his home while this case continues? He is a member of the major Finland political party. He holds position in the transportation department of Finland. He is contributing as a local politician in Finland. So his integrity is very, very high. There is no reason why he can commit any act of terrorism. You know him to be a young, decent guy. But you follow the Nigerian terrorist state who told you to lock him up, isolate him, even though you know he has not committed any crime in Finland. For 13 years or more, he has been living in your country. He has his home. Why didn't you allow him to go from his home and go to court or part of the investigation? Go to his house and ask him any question that you want to ask him. Why do you have to lock him up? Why do you have to lock an innocent man up? Because you listen to Tinubu and Christopher Musa and Bianco Ojukwu, people that are ruling terrorists, people that engage in terrorism, people that kill thousands of Biafrans in Biafran land, in the Middle Belt, in Northeast Nigeria, in Northwest Nigeria. Why do you have to listen to terrorists? What makes Alexander Stubb different from terrorists? What makes you different? When you listen to a country that has been declared the most dangerous place for Christians to live in the world, what makes you different from associating yourself with them? Then you locked Simon Ekpa up, and now you colluded with Nigerian government to go and bring 3 members of IGBO. This is an organization that the Nigerian state has declared a terrorist organization. So Alexander Stubb, you colluded with Bianco Ojukwu and Tinubu and Christopher Musa to invite members of an organization that Nigeria declared a terrorist organization. You invited them inside Finland to testify against an innocent guy, Simon Ekpa, who is just fighting for the freedom of his people from the terrorist state of Nigeria that kill his people by the thousands every week, every month. If you do not know the history, why don't you follow the real legal process that someone is innocent until proven guilty? Why didn't you allow him to be in his house while you go through the investigation process? Do you have to lock him up, isolate him, beat him up, tie his hand, deny him of food? He feels sick. Most times his medical practitioners come to Finland prison to visit him. You refuse that visit. 2 people you can never refuse visit in prison all over the world. The person's legal representative and the person's representative or primary care or medical doctor. These 2 individuals, we have proved that Finland refused the medical providers of Simon Ekpa to see him, where they isolated him. And we are talking about one of the freest countries in the world. Now the world knows that Finland, what you say during the day is is different from what you say at night. We do not want countries like that for their names to be written in gold or in history, because you are not making the world a better place. Now you're holding Simon Ekpa because Nigerian told you to hold him. Did you ask Nigeria how many Biafrans, innocent Biafrans, men and women that they have murdered speak, the Nigerian state is in Biafra nation, our nation, killing thousands, killing hundreds of innocent Biafrans. Just because of what? Just because we are Biafrans. Finland, did you ask Tinubu and Christopher Musa what is their machine guns, what is their vans, what are their bullions doing in Biafra land? Did you ask them those questions? Why are they killing innocent Biafrans for nothing? No, you did not ask. That does not concern you. That is not what United Nations, that's not what Commonwealth, that's not what African Union is all about. No, it's all about you helping any government that you have a common interest with. It's not about humanity. It's not about the basic and fundamental human rights of people. No, Alexander, stop. You don't care about that. You care more about the oil contract you and Tinubu is talking about. I promise you, you will never, ever, ever have such contract in Biafra land. The oil comes from our territory. So I want to use this opportunity on behalf of all Biafrans to thank our Prime Minister for your resilience. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for standing up to this subjugation, this terrorism, this intimidation. Thank you. Thank you. United States of Biafra has been declared as a sovereign state with all the legal documents we need to confront any nation in the world, any person in the world, including Finland and Nigeria. That which you seek has been declared and has been obtained. Be not moved. I want to use this opportunity to thank all the Biafran Liberation Army and the Biafra Defense Forces scattered in the 40 states of the United States of Biafra. We will continue to build one of the best military in the world with all the trainings, both international and local, that they need to defend our land and our people from the reintegrated and rehabilitated terrorists of the Nigerian state. Your task is to defend our people. That we will do efficiently, very, very well. We have only one nation, the United States of Biafra, with one leader, NNAMDI. Our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, and the Deputy Prime Minister, and the surrogate to our Prime Minister, Dr. Orobeze. That is the only government we have in Biafra. Anything anybody is telling you is not right. Biafra is a continuum. From Odumegwu Ojukwu, we move. It is a continuum. To Wazulike, we move. It is a continuum. To our leader Nnamdi Kanu, we move. It is a continuum. To our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, we move. It is a continuum. To my humble self, Dr. Orobeze, it is a continuum. Anything outside this process, anything outside the instruction of these individuals is a fallacy. So we thank our Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra Defense Forces, and the Navy Air Force. I thank the 40 state administrators. We have 40 states in the United States of Biafra, and each of these 40 states have 15 counties with the wards and the districts. In each of the states, we have the state commanders, the military commanders, putting our military together. And we have the 15 state commanders putting the military together. We have the ward and county. I thank you so much for what you do. We don't make noise. We must defend our land. It is our task to do that and flush out all the reintegrated terrorists sent in by President Tinubu and Christopher Musa and Bianca Ojukwu and co, and the delegitimized Southeast and South governors into our land. Self-determination is our right. Over 50 million Biafrans voted between January 1 and November 28 to vote to exit Nigeria. Over 50 million has voted. They voted for the self-referendum that we want to rule ourselves. Biafra was a nation, full-fledged nation, between 1967 and 1970. And we fought a brutal war with Nigeria. At the end of the war, it was declared no victor, no vanquished. But the criminality of the Nigerian state, with the Fulani oligarchies that are doing all this criminality, it continues till date. That is why the Biafra today is never, ever going to be the Biafra of 1967 to 1970. So I thank all the 40 state administrators, their commissioners, and all the executives that are playing role, putting the structures, hiring thousands of Biafrans to start work immediately as we flush out the Nigerian terrorist state from Biafra land. Thank you so much. Do not be moved. It is our nation. It is our land. I want to use this opportunity also to alert Biafrans on the enemies of Biafrans. Just like we have those 3 criminals that went to Finland, hired by the Nigerian criminal state to go and testify against our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. The same way we have some criminals that have walked around our Prime Minister in the ex-Brigade cabinet that have sued the current United States of Biafra cabinet members. I'm telling you, Biafran, be not moved. I want you for a lawyer. Let them be ready. Let them be ready. I promise you, they have no clue what is coming. You see, this nation, this new nation, no one can tamper with that. It is the wish of the people. The wish of the people must prevail, not the wish of the terrorists, not the wish of the agents of Nigeria, parading themselves as fallback group. These are paid agents of the Nigerian state. Just as their counterparts are doing in Finland, they are doing anywhere they are. But they have failed. The United States of Biafra is a sovereign state. We followed all the due process. We met all the criteria for a nation. Nobody can stop that. We do not have to be recognized by United Nations to be a nation. There are countries that are not recognized by the United Nations. They are functioning as a full-fledged countries. There are countries that are recognized by maybe just one country that is recognized by the United Nations, and they're functioning as a full-fledged countries. There are countries that are not recognized by any country recognized by the United States nations, and they are functioning as a full-fledged nation. We are the people. United States of Biafra is a full-fledged nation. No one can stop that. We do not need the recognition of the United Nations to be. The countries that recognize the United States of Biafra, that recognize the Republic of Biafra between 1967 and 1970, they never canceled that recognition. And those countries were in touch with them, and they are fully in support of the United States of Biafra. At our declaration in Finland on 29 November 2024, we have recognition from countries like Ambazonia and the Eritrean government in exile. So we're already building our alliances from other countries in the world, including countries like South Korea and other countries, other nations that are in love with the United States of Biafra, nations that have ties to Biafra, nations that do not want to be ruled by terrorist government of Tinubu, nations that do not want to live with reintegrated terrorists. Who in their right mind we want to live in the same country with a reintegrated terrorist? Who? I believe everyone listening to me, none of you want to live. Our nation, it lies in our hand. The declaration, the protection, everything lies in our hand. So Biafrans, do not be moved. We are on the right path. The United States of Biafra has opened their Washington, D.C. location. Our United States of Biafra Constitution and Declaration document is on Amazon. I tell everyone here, please go ahead and purchase yours. We are building one of the best countries in the world. The Nigerian state continues to kill our people. Innocent men, innocent women, innocent children. The pictures are all over social media. This is a country ruled by President Tinubu with the Defense Chief Christopher Musa and their Foreign Minister Bianca Ono that went to Finland to file paper against our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Actually, she filed it at the Finnish Foreign Embassy in Nigeria, from where they gave order for them to pick up our Prime Minister. Bianca Ono, shame on you. That is how the Nigerian terrorist state roll. They believe they have somebody in the United Nations in the top government platform. They believe they have somebody in African Union in the top government executive platform. They believe they have somebody in Commonwealth. They bribe their way into all these organizations and continue to make the world a very dangerous place by reintegrating non-terrorists that go about killing indigenous Christians, indigenous Nigerians, indigenous Biafrans, displacing them from their home, burning their homes, destroying their farmlands, their economic power. That is what Nigeria do. Any country that associates themselves with Nigeria should be ashamed of themselves. It is a terrorist state. If you were doing that before, now I am giving you that information so that you can knowingly, with the information you have, remove your partnership with the Nigerian state. The Amnesty International have reported about the forceful disappearances of indigenous Nigerians by the Nigerian security agents. at a meeting I had earlier today with the citizens of Edo State. The governor of Edo State narrated how he was picked up from his home around 1 a.m. in the midnight by the Nigerian state. They picked him up. He did not commit any crime, nothing. What was his crime? Just being a Biafran, just like me. I am a Biafran. That was all. The Nigerian state, on the orders of Christopher Musa and Tinubu, they invaded this innocent Biafran's home.
And what Neno from Igbo media, boy by Sune Yabuzi, Joe Kempa, but Starbuck Yemen Nigeria, and the NNAMDI teacher, na Eastern region, and Uno Kosia Dana Finland, and the Biafran Prime Minister, KCGD, the update, and the Yabu Biafran declaration came in Finland. So, Yelena Kaya, I know Telu Niba.